So anyway, we were just talking. Somebody asked to do a thing on Allah and the Koran. Okay. Now, I don't have enough knowledge to be asking the questions that would be beneficial to be asked. But what I started with, and I was given a very nice Quran when I was living in Dubai, and I had somebody that wanted to take initiation, and I wouldn't give them initiation because literally their family would kill them. This is not a, they were very radical Muslims, so I don't want his death. It's not going to help anything. Literally they would have killed him. Because they look down their nose at just Sufism, which is Muslim. They wouldn't even go there. So, but he did give me a very nice Quran. And I did begin to read it. Now, the Quran, if you've never read any of it, in the beginning of it, it's got much more about the history between Abraham, his wife, and then the handmaiden that became the lineage for the Muslim tradition. Okay, so if you remember the story right, Abraham was married to Sarah, okay, or Sarai, however you pronounce it. Anyway, she was not getting pregnant, so she said, "Take this handmaiden here, and you can have a child with her and have offspring." Well, the handmaiden got pregnant by Abraham, and then right after that, Sarah, his wife, got pregnant. And then she says, "Oh no, we're not having this." And she sent the handmaiden off into the desert. Okay, and that became the Muslim lineage. So they all go back. Judaism and the Muslims go back to Abraham. Okay, both of them. And basically what this has been is a freaking family feud for centuries. Okay. Because it was like, he got one pregnant and then didn't honor it, didn't take care of it because his wife got jealous and sent her out. So they feel they've been disrespected. So again, it's this long-standing family feud that goes back to the very beginning of their lineage.
Drama, huh?
Drama.
Always drama.
Always drama. But when you understand where it comes from, it's like a modern soap opera, okay? It's like craziness. But that being said, again, I don't know enough about the Quran, the in-depth, to be really asking enough questions that would really flesh things out.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, that's not one. I mean, all that I could do is get a feel of the energy within it, because I know there is a lot of deeper, knowledge in there with some of whatever messages that were imparted to Muhammad, and that was supposed to be very, much of a sacred thing in terms of whatever messages, whatever was written in those books, the verses, or what are they called? Suvas? I don't know. There's a name to it. But they have a lot of knowledge. But let's see. Let's just pick up the pendulum.
Let's see what you got. But, again, it's the same thing. You broke down into too many men trying to skew it and put too many dogmatic things into it. Just like the Bible, same thing. They got those that have skewed it.
For sure.
Like the Catholic Church that skewed things that, all you have to do is ask for forgiveness on your deathbed and then you get home free. Well, that's not the case, okay?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty
similar
to that. I don't see how it couldn't be.
Same thing.
Now let's just see, is it the same as the Bible in terms of some of it, the positive and negative, like we talked about the other day, where some of it is more skewed, due to just more going by people's experiences that have, come and put something over it so that it's not the original feeling, some of it, I guess. Yeah. So there is a yes. So this is very similar to the Bible in that way. Okay, so there's a little bit, it's interesting how there's a little bit of a smaller yes. Mm-hmm. Maybe the Bible having more of that, more of that in there. Interesting. Okay. So is this true with the Bible? A little bit more steeped with more drama stuff. Okay. So there is a yes, and interesting. Huh. So in terms of the Quran, is there a lot of non-dual wisdom in it? Okay, so there is a yes. And is a lot of it, though, about conduct and, how to live and do's and don'ts? Okay, so there is a yes there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Is this okay, so...
I know they're supposed to pray 5 times a day, but I don't know about, let's ask one thing here. The women that have to wear the full burqa and hijab and all of this, is that stressed in the Quran?
Oh, good
Is
question.
that is
Good
that
question. Is this in there? Huh. You're saying a no.
Yeah.
Wow, good
No.
question. You do have
This-
some good questions. See?
No, this has to do with the men
There you go.
not being able to keep it in their pants, and then they want to make it the women's problem. So since they really and check this, since they have absolutely no what do I want to say? Not fortitude, restraint.
Yeah.
No restraint. They're going to cover the women from head to toe and make it their problem.
That's true. What she's saying. Yes. This is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
This is very true.
It's because men have no restraint.
Yeah.
Okay, so they put it on women that women are the evil ones, and so again, when you have a Quran, you have these things. It's like Bible as well.
Yeah.
When you go into the Old Testament, they had stoning, they had all this other nonsense that crept in. Same thing with the Quran. You're going to find those types of things in there that came from uneducated drama that just got put in there, just dogmatic leanings, which skews the spiritual
heart,
reality and heart of it.
That's exactly right. There's no way around that with the Quran. It has to be the same in that
But
way.
it's like that in any of the texts,
Yes.
whether it's Santana Dharma and
Yes.
that you have the stories and stuff and things that come out, or whether it's Quran or it's the Bible, it doesn't matter. They will all have some kind of a skewing because of men that are writing it with not full understanding. Okay?
Yeah, and also then people want to put their own twist on it, right?
Exactly.
And then they create
To
these,
interpret it.
right, and then they create these rules and regulations and things, and they say it connects back to that when indeed it doesn't. So just like you were saying about the hijab, it's not even in there really as something to, that's more created for other reasons. So it's just
Exactly.
kind of, these things you just have to look at. The heart of them is one thing, but then what has been done to it is another.
It's another
Yeah.
thing. It's another thing entirely. So while these were meant to be freeing to people, really they've become ways to put people under bondage. They found a way that was supposed to, rather than something freeing, has found a way to put people under bondage, to manipulate and corral them.
Right.
So it's sad what's been done to the spiritual texts.
It is, and to keep power structures in place and
Exactly.
all sorts of things. Men on certain things, standard, women on another, and
But it's the same thing with the Bible. You had Paul that came in, Saul of Tarsus, who became Paul, with the same thing. He came in, women should be silent in church. They shouldn't open their mouth. They don't need to speak. So he came in. He was not with Christ. He did not hear him speak. He was struck with blindness on the way, and then he became a proponent, and he used to be one that was killing the Christians. He was torturing and killing the Christians, and then he became blind, and they took off the scales, and then he became a follower of Christ. But he still came in with these dogmatic understandings, and women should be quiet, they don't need to speak, and so he put all this stuff in there, which is not part of Christ's teachings at all.
yeah.
But so many people, that's who they want to follow, is Paul, who was not even one of the original disciples.
Interesting. Yeah, you can see how things get skewed, how they just want to attach to whatever serves them.
Exactly.
Their behaviors and things, yeah. Well, interesting. Well, then with Allah, anything to say about Allah?
Allah is the same thing. It
God.
all comes back to spirit.
It's God.
It doesn't
Spirit,
matter what you
right?
call.
Exactly.
If you call him Jehovah, you call him Allah, you call it, spirit. God is spirit.
Yeah.
God is spirit.
It doesn't matter the
It's
title.
not a physical form, okay? It is spirit. So it doesn't matter what name you want to attach. It is not that name, okay? It is not that name. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, same essence.
Same essence. There's only one God. So whether you adopt it, whatever religion you adopt it for, and you want to try to skew and put, these layers and try to make it more human, with human characteristics and things, it's not that. Okay? It's not.
Can never be any different.
Yeah.
So, okay, well.
So we'll leave this here
I
for
don't
now.
think there's too much more to say there. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank
We'll leave
you.
this here.